Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a look with the Essence Good Day Cindy palette. Before we get into this video, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below and hit the notification bell. And if you want to see any other videos or have any video requests, please let me know in the comments down below. And without any further ado, let's get into this video. So this video is actually a video request. On my last video, someone asked me to actually do a look with this palette, the Good Day Cindy palette. It's from Essence and it comes in a line with two other palettes. If you're interested in seeing the other palettes, then go and watch my previous video. This palette contains 6 shimmers and 3 mattes, and I'm gonna apply some of the shadows on my eyes today. I have not yet primed my eyes. That's what I'm gonna do first with this Catrice Camouflage Cream Concealer. I love using this as an eyeshadow base because it gives a nice and clean base, and it's also nice and pigmented. And by really working this in, it makes sure that my eyeshadow goes on nice and pigmented and doesn't crease. The eyeshadow primer is on, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start with the white matte shade in this palette. I'm gonna get myself a nice fluffy flat brush, and I'm just gonna go over that eyeshadow primer. I don't always set this eyeshadow primer, but since this shade is in the palette, I thought why not use it and set my eyeshadow primer with this shade. You will not see this shade, turning up on my eye as much because I'm very pale, so probably when you have darker skin tone, you would much easier see this shade. So both eyelids are set. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a fluffy brush. This one is from Do Care, and I'm actually going to go in with the bronze or like the brown medium shade. I'm just going to tap my brush, tap it off, and just work that in. I'm looking at the mirror in the palette so I can actually see what I'm doing. I make circular motions and swiping motions. That's just my preference. I'm not going to tell you how you should do your makeup, but that's how I like to do mine. Just to blend things out and to actually make sure that the eyeshadow is evenly distributed. So that's the first shade. I'm then gonna go into the shade right next to that, which is the darker, like almost black brown shade, and I'm just gonna work that in. Again, I tapped my brush in it. I tapped all the excess off on the edge of the palette. I did go into this shade a little bit softer. I only tapped my brush in twice because you can see it's a much darker shade, and if you go in as hard as in any lighter shade, you will get a lot of color. So I would advise for anyone to, if you have like a darker shade in a palette, be careful with it first, because you'd rather be too careful and have to build something up than to find yourself having like looking like you have black eye or something like that. I have Now used all three of the matte shades, and now I really personally want to go into this really nice green shade, and I'm going to do that with my fingertip. Just going to swirl my finger around and just... What I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe this excess off. I'm going to take my facial spray, and I'm actually going to wet my finger. Oh my god. Sorry. And I'm just going to rub my wet finger in there. Look at that. That's much better. Look at that difference. I don't know if you're able to tell, but this side is just way more vibrant than the other side. So the metallic green is on. For anyone who's curious how it performs beautifully, as you can see. But I want to try as many of the colors in this palette. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this light shade here with a flat brush, and I'm going to apply that into the inner corner of the eye. So now people would maybe see the look as being done. But as I already said, I want to apply as many colors as I possibly can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the other highlighty shade right there, and I'm going to apply that on the lower lash line, right into that corner. It's a little bit more yellow, like that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this copper bronzy shade on a more fluffy brush, and I'm just going to work that onto the lower lash line. As you can see, I almost always tap off the excess of my brush, so you'll see me do that a lot because of different reasons. First of all, it being that you don't get as much powder, like excess powder on your face going everywhere, and also because it controls the amount of product that you actually have on your brush. I'm sorry. I really can't talk today. It's very terrible. So that's with the orange underneath. And what I want to do now, Jesus, it's a very hard day to talk for me. I'm going to take this very light blue shade. I'm just going to kind of create a sort of a halo eye effect and pop that right in the middle. And now you can see there's like a pop of blue, which opens my eyes more. And the last thing I want to do, so I've used every single shade in this palette, I'm going to just darken up the outer corner a little bit with that darker blue shade, which is at the end of the palette. Like that. As you can see, I just worked that dark blue the edge of my eye. And I do have to admit, like, this is a bold and out there look. I mean, I wouldn't advise everyone to do a look like this, but I wanted to show you all of the colors on my eye so you could actually see how they work. So what I'm gonna do now is apply some mascara and some liner, and I'll see you back. So I applied some liner and mascara. I used the darkest brown shade from the palette as a liner, and this is the finished eye look, and I'm actually quite pleased with it. I liked all the colors. I liked how they performed. They performed exactly how I thought they would, trying the first palette, the New York one. But I really like how this look turned out. If you like this look too, please give the video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below any video ideas or any requests that you have. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!